When life gives you lemon, make some vegan lemon cake. G'day friends, how's it going? Welcome back to Sam's Home Kitchen, where I bring to you budget-friendly recipes with sustainability in mind. We're talking about lemon today. We're in the middle of winter, and that means my lemon tree had a really good harvest. I have an abundant amount of lemon that I harvested. I've made all sorts of dishes. I've been really enjoying the acidity, the brightness that my homegrown lemon adds to my daily diet. I've made dehydrated lemon, I've made lemonade, I've made savory dishes with lemon, and I thought lemon cake could be a good sweet little treat to use up more of the lemon while the flavor is at the peak of it. And to go that one extra mile, I'm going to make the recipe simple and vegan friendly. So if that sounds good to you, let's get cooking. My little dwarf lemon tree down the back is giving us its first ever harvest right this year. There's something special about a productive garden. I just love it. So 3 components to do today. We're going to make the batter, going to make a lemon syrup and some icing. So start with zesting 3 lemons. Before we start though, our little angel has just had her uterus taken out, still being such a trooper with the cone on, keeping an eye out while I cook. Microplane is one of the tools that you're all fine to live without until you use one and you can no longer go back. It's a great tool for zesting and grating hard cheese. A little tip I want to share with you: if you don't have a microplane, don't stress. Grab a peeler, try not to cut into too much so we're getting lesser of the bitterness from the white part of the lemon peel, and just focus on the yellow part, which gives you more of the fragrance. Stack the peels up, let the knife do the work and cut it into very thin strips. Not as delicate as the zest from the microplane, but gets the job done for what we need today. Cut it into shorter strips and into a mixing bowl. Next step, with the peeled and zested lemon, cut in half and squeeze the living lemon juice out of them. We're aiming for around 50 grams of lemon juice, which in my case is about 1 full lemon. I like to keep 1 hand below to sieve out any lemon seeds so they don't fall into the bowl. Next, 100 grams of neutral oil, followed by 300 grams of plant-based milk. Almond, oat, or soy milk, make your pick. Give it a stir to mix it all up. I'm using soy milk here, and you can see the curdle caused by the acidity from the lemon juice. Do not be alarmed, this is perfectly normal. Now, add in 250 grams of plain flour. I'm throwing in a cheeky pinch of turmeric to give the cake a slightly more vibrant color. Just a wee bit, we don't need a lot. And our leavening agent, 6 grams of bicarbonate soda. Sugar, 150 grams. That's all of the ingredients for the batter. Give it a good mixing to combine. You'll start to see the chemical reaction caused by combining bicarbonated soda and the lemon juice. The batter will start to get airy as we mix it through. This is what will give the cake the lightness. We don't want to overwork the batter, we just want everything to be incorporated, mixing all of the wet and dry ingredients, and that should be enough. I'm baking them in these smaller containers so it's faster to cook. Looks like we have just enough for about 2, maybe 3, so we're going to line these up with baking paper. But before we do that, we want to oil the tins. A quick drizzle of neutral oil in the tins. I then use my fingers to spread it out. Grab your baking paper, cut into the same width as the tins. Lengthwise, make sure that we have enough to cover the bottom, 2 walls with a little bit left over. The leftover and overhanging part will act as the handles for us to pull the cakes out once baked. With the tins all lined up, we're good to pour the batter in. Aim for about 75% full. We want to give it enough headroom to rise and expand so they don't overflow. I love using spatulas for this so I can make sure the bowl is scraped as clean as possible so nothing goes to waste. After that, we're good to pop the tins into a preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius on fan forced. About 10 minutes in, we can see the top of the cake starting to form. I pull them out briefly, give the center a quick slither. The purpose of this is to create a weak spot in the cake, so when it rises, it will break right through where it's slashed. Once done, back into the oven and bake for a total 20 minutes. While the cake is baking in the oven, we're going to make our syrup. With the 2 peeled lemons, we're going to not waste it and use the juice. I read somewhere that cutting lemons into cheeks is a superior way of cutting and squeezing. It exposes the flesh better and helps us yield more juice out of lemons. At the same time, makes it easier to pick out the seeds. Is it a taboo or is it real? Give it a go yourself and share with me in the comment section below your experience. We want a total of 90 grams of lemon juice to be combined with 70 grams of sugar. Move over to the stove on medium to low heat. Stir until the sugar is all dissolved, and we can set it aside to cool down. Use the same pot. We want to make some icing. 150 grams of icing sugar, 10 grams of water or lemon juice. Over to the stove on medium to low heat and heat until sugar is all dissolved. At this point, the cakes are about done. Pull them out of the oven. The best way to check is stick a chopstick or thermometer through. If it comes out clean, that means the batter's completely cooked through. Poke a few more holes through the cake and drizzle in a generous amount of the lemon syrup we just made. And the other cake? For contrast, I just did the icing on top. At the end of the video, I will share with you my thoughts on the 2 different types. Once the cakes are cooled down to room temperature, we're good to pull them out. With the excess baking paper on the 2 sides, they just makes it so easy to pull the cakes out of the tins. These cakes are so easy to make, but packs an incredible amount of flavor. A fantastic way to use up excess lemon when they are in season. The cost breakdown is around the screen here. 1 loaf of our cake costed us 81.25 cents to make. Alrighty, and there we have it. That is our lemon cake all done right here. 2 versions, one with icing on top, the other one without icing but with lemon syrup soaked through it. I will give you my honest take. Very subtle differences, which is very interesting. Talk about the one with syrup first. It's got more flavor, a bit more moist, but also when you get into each bite, you kind of feel like it gets sweeter and sweeter, and it's a little bit on the heavier side. Whereas the other one without syrup but just icing on top gives you slightly different texture. But the cake itself, it's a lot lighter. You don't have that rich lemon and sugar flavor. Somehow works quite well. I honestly thought I would prefer the one with more flavor with syrup soaked through. And over here, I just got some dehydrated lemon. I've made this actually 1 year ago. They're still holding up very well. I was going to blend some up and add into the cake, but I totally forgot about it. But this serves a really nice garnish to put on top of the cake, or even just go on the plate. Overall, I think this is a really nice and easy cake to tackle. The prep is super easy. You don't need a lot of ingredients. It's homey, it's rustic, can't really go wrong. So that is all I got for you today. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, give it a like. If you want to see more, consider subscribing. I have one of these budget-friendly recipes coming out every 2 weeks. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.